Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Jasmine VibrantPeace, and this is my story. Alright guys, today in this video, as you all can see by the title, is we're going to be talking about living alone and the truth about living alone. And I'm just going to give you a little bit of my experience as far as living alone and my experience when I was living with someone. To be honest, I really like living with nobody. Like, even like, I guess because I grew up in a house with like so many like siblings, it was just like once I got my own space, that's kind of like what I wanted. Now don't get me wrong, I did have roommates before. I had 3 roommates before, and when I went to college I had a dorm roommate, which was Shadrika, which is my best friend, and still is my best friend today. So yeah, as far as roommates, I didn't really like care for having roommates. There are pros and cons to having roommates, like, you know, a lot of different things. Living alone and what I expected and what I pretty much got out of living alone. So I wrote a couple things down, of course, so I don't forget to say what I need to say when I say it. Okay? Alright, so let's get started, guys. Alright, so the first thing is living alone. Of course, you're alone. Like, there's no one here with you. You can kind of do like your own thing. To be honest, sometimes I do get a little lonely where I'm just like, okay, I wish I had somebody here to talk to, or, you know, something like that. Like, I wish I had someone here to like hang out with. But it's not as bad because I can still like call people on the phone or whatever, and everything like that. Being that I'm in a city alone, that would be a whole separate video where I would discuss more about living in a city alone where I really don't know anyone. But yeah, so being alone is like staying alone in this apartment is actually not as bad as most people would think it would be, but it's like you gotta make it whatever it is for you, whatever you can do for yourself. But having that alone time is also good too, because you can focus more so on yourself and get things done. And that's going to go into the second thing. I feel more motivated, honestly, and I feel like I'm more productive because I get more things done now that I'm actually alone. I feel like sometimes people, when you're around people, you get distracted. To be quite honest, when I moved to the city alone, I feel like I got more things accomplished because I was alone and I wasn't too close to people. Just be like, oh, let me go down the road here and, you know, hang out with my homegirls, or let me go over here and, you know, spend all day with family and, you know, this and that. I mean, it's not a bad thing to have that outlet. Sometimes you need, you know, that outlet of doing those things where you are visiting family and talking to friends and whatever. So I do make sure I take time out to actually go back home and visit family and things like that. But honestly, like living here and living alone is just like, I like it. Like, I feel like I've gotten so much done as far as like my goals. I feel like getting my goals and things set that I want to get done, I'm getting a lot of things done. Another pro to having a roommate is you can like split the bills up where you're not paying everything by yourself. Like, it's split up between you and the next person, or how many other people that is in your home. But yeah, you can kind of split the bills up, and then the con to that is that you have to pay everything by yourself. But if you want, but to bounce back off of that con of paying everything by yourself, you're the only person that's responsible, so you don't have to really worry about if the other person paid their bill or not, or picking up the slack of somebody else's bill because they didn't have it. You know, it's like you're responsible for your bills, and if you don't want to pay your bills, you ain't got to pay your bills. That's your problem. You ain't nobody got to deal with that but you. That's your business, okay? But like I said again, but if you have a roommate, it's like, dang, like you don't got your side of the money this month, or whatever the case is, or whatever, you have to look out for that person. And it can be the opposite way around. Like, what if you don't have your part of it for the month, but your friend or your roommate can actually help you out? So it's like different pros and cons to that situation. You know, you just have to look at it what's best for you, you know. Oh, another thing too is finding your apartment. Like me, I feel like this apartment was for me. Like, you know, it's for me. I didn't really have to worry about getting others' opinions on if I should move in this apartment or, you know, or not, because it was my ideas. Like, this is what I wanted. All the decorations and everything, it actually came from me, versus like, getting someone else's opinion. Like, what if there's a furniture set that you don't like but the other person like, and you can't come to an agreement, you know, on that. But then again, it's also good too, because everything, like I said before, you can split everything in half. A con to that though is, say you both decide that you all want to move out, and you know, who's going to get what, you know, that's what it comes down. Well, I pay half of this, I pay half of that. But it all depends too, like who you're rooming with, and the person that they are. If they feel as if, hey, I would take this or whatever, you guys kind of split up in a certain way, cool. Living alone is all yours, baby. Just take it. Just take it. It's all yours. If you don't want to know more, you don't want to know more. If you want to sell it, sell it. Get rid of it, you know. It's pretty much all yours. Another thing too is like washing dishes and cooking and stuff. It's like you can cook what you want for yourself. You don't have to like be picky as far as your foods. Like, this is what I'm gonna buy because the whole house or whoever is gonna eat this. Or you don't have to worry about like something being misplaced. Like, I know I left this here, but I don't know where it's at. Maybe your roommate moved it. It's like, if you leave it there yourself, you know exactly where it's at. If you guys are gonna cook dinner or something like that, like, you know, like, okay, if somebody cooks dinner, then this person washes dishes. It's like you have that balance, versus living alone. You have to do it all by yourself. It's just like so many different things that goes into like living alone and also having a roommate. So this is just a very short video that I want to put out for you guys. Comment below if you all live alone or if you have a roommate, and what kind of pros and cons that you went through if you were living alone or if you had a roommate. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. Do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and always stay vibrant. Peace.